So you're thinking about moving out here to Maryland and have not quite found the suburb for you? Well, in this video, I may have a top contender, the highly sought after community, Urbana, Maryland. In this video, we're gonna be touching on the A-rated schools, the top amenities, the housing options, and a lot more. Stick around, let's get after it right now. All right, so let's first touch on the housing here in Urbana. You're gonna find a diverse mix of home styles, each offering something a little bit different depending on your price point and where you're looking. Some notable builders within the communities have been Ryan Homes, NV Homes, and Main Street Homes. The communities, it's mainly divided into just two different neighborhoods. You're gonna have the Villages and you're gonna have the Highlands. Now the Villages covers most of the area and has a much larger footprint, which means you're gonna have a lot more amenities within that space, simply due just to the higher number of residents that we're gonna talk about more soon. The Highlands, on the other hand, if I were to guess, off the top of my head, is about 1/6 the size of the Villages and just has one pool compared to the three that are within the Villages. When it comes to prices within Urbana, townhomes are generally gonna start in the low to mid 500s and can go up to the high 700s, depending on the features and the location. Single family homes start around the mid 700s and can reach up to 1.2 million. The lowest entry point you will have is the condos located by Centerville Elementary School. Those are gonna be starting in the 400s. As far as the age of the homes here in the community, about 85% were built in the early 2000s when the community was first developed by Natelli. So if a newer home is important to you, the remaining 15% were built within the last 5 to 7 years. You're gonna find these newer homes in Stone Barn, a sub-neighborhood within the Villages. Now at the time of this video, NV Homes are currently building the only new construction townhomes in the neighborhood. Just be aware that there are only a handful left and they typically go pretty fast. In all seriousness, that's why you need someone that understands this crazy Urbana market to help when purchasing a home, as well as the off-market properties being sold constantly here. Having an agent that has relationships with families in the neighborhood, as well as different agents, allows you to know when homes are coming before they even hit the market sometimes on the public sites. So if you're planning on moving here, thinking about it, or have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Don't be shy. I have a tried and true method to make sure my clients who are relocating from another country, a state, or one street over are taken care of from start to finish. All my contact info is below in the description, as well as right here. All right, I know all this talk about neighborhoods and price points can be a bit much, so I'm gonna dive into the MLS to show you what's been selling, what's currently on the market, and also give you a quick overview of where Urbana is actually located here within Maryland. All right, so right now I'm here at the high school. If you look here, that is their football practice field. The school is back there. But the Urbana high school system is a big draw from clients of mine relocating here. As a disclaimer though, what I will be saying is all found online and sites like niche.com and greatschools.org. These are not made up statistics. Now continuing on, Urbana High School is truly a standout around here. It's ranked as the top high school in Frederick County, and one of the big reasons is their international baccalaureate program, the IB program. This is a college-based curriculum that students need to test into, offering a deeper dive into subjects and preparing them really well for college. Is a program that cannot be found anywhere else here in Frederick County. All right, so now I'm sitting in the softball dugout, but the sports scene is also pretty big here. Like most schools, Urbana High has amazing support from the community, from cheering on the football team on Friday nights to backing the soccer or the basketball teams. The local spirit is absolutely incredible. It's a place where the whole town truly gets involved, and it makes the high school experience that much better and even more special for the students or the athlete. On top of that, Urbana High is also ranked number 15 in Maryland and has an A+ rating on niche.com. So it's not just about the great community feel and the sports, it's also a top performing school academically, which allows you to not only have a great education that sets you up for college, but also to enjoy the extracurriculars that Urbana offers its students here. All right, so let's first start off with the location of Urbana, where it's actually located, and then we're just gonna go ahead and hop into what the different housing market looks like in terms of solds, currently on the market, and so forth. We're gonna walk through it all. But what I've gone ahead and pulled up here is just the map perspective of Urbana here. It's outlined in red, as you can see. What I first want to mention is kind of what I was mentioning before, the villages versus the highlands, the sizes and so forth. So follow my cursor, this right here, this area where my cursor is circling is going to be where the highlands is. Now, everything to the left, including this area right here being Stone Barn, is all of the villages, including this guy right back here. So you can imagine there's a lot more houses here in the villages, and for that reason you're going to find the 3 different pools and so forth, and all the different amenities that the villages do offer. Now if we just backtrack here and show you Urbana as a whole and where it's located within Maryland, we're going to zoom out, and you're literally right next to I-270, which is great for people that are looking to commute into work, or even get over to 70 through like a 10-minute back road drive to New Market and hop on 70 all the way into Baltimore. But a lot of people I find they either work in Frederick or they just hit I-270 here all the way into DC or Montgomery County, or they can easily hop on 70 and go into Howard County into Baltimore. And then Frederick's about 10 minutes up north. So if we zoom back here in Urbana though, I want to mention some kind of the things that you need to know about. So if we zoom in here, we're going to see that the Centerville Elementary School is going to be right here. The Goddard School is really big for anyone that is younger to be able to get into Centerville later on, just kind of like a daycare for the younger ones. And then this right here, this area is going to be Urbana Middle School. And then right next door, you're going to have the high school. And then splitting between both of those guys is going to be the YMCA. So everything's very close. And keep in mind, when I'm going throughout this whole map, this is a very walkable neighborhood. Everything has paths laid out for you to safely walk from whether it be Highlands all the way over here to the library. Growing up as a kid, that was kind of the big thing to do, is go with your buddies, grab a bike, whatever it may be, skateboarding, and go all the way from the Highlands and hit into Giant here in the Urbana Regional Library area. Completely safe. There was no problems with that as a younger boy. My parents, they felt safe allowing me to do that, obviously. But this is kind of the main hub. You can see Giant Pharmacy, but it's just Giant the grocery store. You're gonna have Atlanta Grill, which is good bar food, kind of. They do have a nice bar. Grace of India, Indian food. Kicks of Karate has been there for more than it seems like it's been there from the beginning. But then you're also going to have the library, which is a 3-level library. It's absolutely massive. So if you're into reading and maybe some quiet space, that is not a big deal to be able to get into there. And then this plot of land right here is actually going to be where the new construction with NB Homes is currently being built. Like I mentioned, this is not a lot of space here, so there's most likely, I haven't really dove in and asked them exactly how many lots, but it's definitely less than 50 lots. And I know for a fact though, they are selling pretty quickly. Now, let me mute this, sorry guys. If I zoom out, you're also going to be, what they had just created is, we'll first start off, you got McDonald's, you got Starbucks here. Surf House is kind of what I'm going to mention, or what I already have mentioned, which is at a seafood place. But then you have Black Hog, Buffalo Wings. Unfortunately, at the time of this video, it's most likely gone. They had a good run here, but Burger King, Splashin', which is a car wash. But what they recently just built was a Chipotle, a Jersey Mike's, there's a Popeyes there, you got a good ramen place, Panera is right here, Tropical Smoothie, there's a Domino's right next door, and then they're also building, I don't know if I can find it, it's gonna be right here is where there's gonna be a massive building, and it's gonna have a brand new Starbucks that's gonna be a lot nicer and a lot bigger, because the current Starbucks is going to be right here. And it's just a little guy, it's a drive-through, but there's some sitting room, but it's not the biggest. You do also have a bunch of banks around here. Zooming out, you have, basically this is going to be the community park, the old community park. And then this, like I mentioned, is gonna be Stone Barn. This is gonna be where the newer homes are built within the last 5 to 7 years. And that's where also Stone Bar Community Center is, with massive pool. They have, honestly, I truly think this myself, they have a gym that is better than the YMCA. It's in a barn, and then they also have a really nice full-size basketball court that's inside another barn. So they really decked it out there. But this is where the newer Urbana Park is gonna be, and this is gonna be where baseball fields, pavilions, really nice park, and so forth. So that's kind of, I mean, Urbana's literally got everything. I could sit here and talk about it for a long time, but I also am gonna mention golf courses galore around here, Whiskey Creek, Holly Hills. I'm not kidding, there's too many. But Frederick's gonna be 10 minutes north, and you have every type of dining food you could want. Hood College is down here. Baker Park's always a good time to get outdoors. Breweries, we got you covered. Attaboy, Rack Brewing, Steinhardt Brewing, and so forth. And then you also have the Frederick Fairgrounds, which we're coming up actually right now. The Frederick Fair starting today actually, and they're actually bringing out Riley Green, the big country artist. So they do have some pretty big people that bring out, and it is a big deal here. And then overall, I mean, there is everything you need. I mean, Wegmans here in Frederick, Madrone's, Lowe's, and then down here you have like Costco. You also have a Sam's Club, Walmart. There's a Target here. You have a CarMax. There's also Chick-fil-A there. Basically in Frederick, you're gonna find everything that you need. But if we zoom out, this is kind of exact location Urbana is. So you're about 2.5 hours to Philly, an hour to Baltimore, an hour to Washington, D.C., and then you're close to also 3 hours away from Ocean City, Bethany Beach, and Rehoboth Beach if you wanted some getaway time. And then we also have 3 major airports, being Ronald Reagan here in the heart of D.C., and then over towards Baltimore, which is the easiest airport to get to, is going to be BWI. And then rounding out, we have the 3rd airport here in Virginia, Dulles International. So Urbana, it's truly got everything you need. Now let's go ahead and talk homes. All right, so just what I did kind of with the map and looking through the location, I've gone ahead and pulled up the MLS. It's kind of a version for realtors like your Zillow or your Redfin. Now, to the left of me is gonna be a map of Urbana, and the little guys, the homes in red, are the ones that have already closed. The greens are the ones that are currently on the market waiting for its next homeowner, and the light blue is gonna be the ones that are coming soon. They've not yet hit the public for you guys to actually view in person with someone, but they are getting ready to be released. So if we look to the left, I went ahead and pulled 14 total listings that I thought would be a good indicator of showing what you can actually get in this neighborhood and the price points and what you're gonna be looking for. So we're gonna start off with the townhomes, and this right here is going to be coming soon. It's located in Stone Barn right here. It's a good idea of a representation of Stone Barn, what you're gonna be getting for these homes that were built in the last 5 to 7 years. If I go ahead and look in the pictures, you're going to have an end unit here, which is going to be a little bit more expensive than you would with the interior unit. But most of these homes, you're going to walk in, you're going to have a main level that either has a guest bedroom, an office, or just a open area for you to put a couch, whatever it may be. Sometimes they have a bathroom, and then you're going to have a closet and a garage. Then as we walk through, pretty standard townhome, you're going to have marble countertops. With a lot of times, these are going to have a back balcony with an area for you. Sometimes they have a fire pit out there that's enclosed, but in this one it doesn't look like it, but you're gonna have an area for a dining room. These guys look like they went with the white oak LVP flooring. And I'm gonna sift through these. Once again, this could take a long time if I went through every single detail of the home, but this is gonna give you an idea of kind of what you're looking for and what you're looking at when you look at townhomes here. Just as something that you should be aware of is when you walk into purchasing a home with a townhome, most of these Ryan builders, they made the front 2 bedrooms for the kids or an office, whatever it may be, they're gonna be a lot smaller. On average, you kind of find they're about 10 by 12 in size, and then the master bedroom is going to be a lot of the size. You're gonna have a huge master bedroom with a pretty big walk-in closet, decent sized master bath. And then sometimes, we're not gonna get there yet, but you're always gonna find with these newer homes, the laundry room is always gonna be following the master bedroom. or the primary rather. And so this guy actually looks like it has a 4th level. So depending on the different home you're looking at and the newer homes, there's gonna be sometimes a 4th level that is going to add a whole nother bonus room with sometimes a full-on bathroom as well as closet, and you can make it a bedroom or you can make it a movie room. And then you're gonna also have a balcony that looks out from up top right here. And then your standard rear load garage. And so if we go back, we're gonna be looking at, so this is another townhome. This has been sitting on the market a little while. My intention is, these are absolutely my favorite looking townhomes in the neighborhood, but they do sometimes have funky floor plans, and this one's on a main road. So you have a galley kitchen here and pretty nice sized living room. We're not gonna pay too much attention to that right now, but you're looking at about $600 for a 3-bed, 3-bath, 1,800 square feet. This guy was $650, has not yet hit the market, so I don't know what's gonna close for, but you're looking at 2,400 square foot, 5 beds, 5 baths, so it's a decent sized townhome. Now these guys in the townhomes are going to be the Ryan homes that are, the NV homes that are currently being built right now. This looks like it's a to-be built home that is currently for sale. You're looking at the lower end. Once again, it's gonna be $675 for these newer homes, and then I've seen them built all the way up to $760, depending on the options and the upgrades that you go with. But this is kind of just a general photos that they put up of it staged. Beautiful townhome. You just are gonna be paying a premium for being newer, and the fact that you are gonna have a little bit more square footage. It looks like an end unit. Now, single family homes, I wanna mention that you can get into a single family home here in Urbana in the 700s. It's just gonna be a lot tougher, and most likely it'll be a neo-traditional, or it'll be a smaller townhome that either needs a little bit of work, or it's just square footage wise not the best. But this is actually something that came up that my client of mine almost wrote on. It is something you will never find in Urbana. It's probably, in my eyes, one of one within the neighborhood. It's like a cottage style that they built here. Really cool, all hardwood floors. You're gonna have these arched walkways, and they even have like a little area through a bedroom up there that you can walk, you can look over the living room. But this is one of one, so we're not gonna spend too much time. It's really gonna be hard to find those again. This is another one of these homes that are built by Main Street Homes. It's a townhome, so it's gonna be on the bigger side of things. 4 beds, 5 baths, 2,300 square feet about. And this one was red hot. It was, everyone wanted this. The owners did a really good job of making this home absolutely stunning. Butcher block countertops. They did a custom cabinet or a custom pantry. Really nice backsplash, your pot filler, your walk-in for the kids, the mud room. They did a ton to this house, and it's, in my opinion, it's one of the better homes I've ever seen flat out in Urbana. You got the wet bar here, and truly these Main Street homes back here, mainly you're gonna find those right, this is Giant here, and they're mainly gonna be tucked here. These are all built in the early 2000s. But if we zoom out, we're gonna get to some single family homes here that give you a better idea. But this is another brick style home you can find here in Urbana. This was closed for $650, 3 beds, 4 baths, 2,700 square feet, end unit, really nice. But when you get into the bigger homes, the single family homes, you're looking at about in the 900s all the way up to 1.2, as I mentioned. And most of the single family homes that have this brick exterior are gonna be homes that are built originally with the Village of Urbana or the Highlands when they first were developed in the early 2000s. So though some you can find that are completely upgraded, some are gonna be builder grade from when they first moved in. But when you're reaching that 1.2 million mark, most likely it's gonna be closer to 4,000 square feet, and it's gonna have a completely redone inside or something that's been upgraded from the original builder grade. So if we walk through here, it's really traditional, hardwood floors, open 2-story family room with a catwalk up there. This is gonna be an office on the first floor. This kitchen doesn't look like to be the biggest that you typically see in this size of home, but you're still gonna have the nice countertops. It's not anything that's laminate. And then you also have a really nice outdoor deck, which was probably a really big selling point. And so if we go through here, now in terms of backyards for Urbana, it's definitely possible to find a really good one that's flat, but sometimes you will be backing up to the homes behind you. So if you're looking for an area or a neighborhood that is completely, you have really big lot sizes, that's probably not this is probably not the place for you. Here in Urbana, you're looking at probably 0.2 to 0.5 of an acre, and 0.5 is probably on the higher end of things. They did a wet bar, so it looks like they did redo the basement here, but another one of these guys was up top here. I don't know. Yeah, we had to zoom out here to get more listings, but this is going to be another one closed at 1 million, 5 beds, 4 baths, about close to 4,000 square feet. This is another one of those more traditional brick homes. You're gonna have the exact traditional look that you had kind of in the earlier one, just different flooring, an office. Here, open 2-story family room with your catwalk. A bigger kitchen, but it's not too upgraded. It looks to be builder grade. And then a really nice laundry room with a mud room on the first floor. Decent sized backyard, not the nicest, but you do have the deck with the composite material, the Trex, you could call it. Well, it is Trex. So this is a decent sized home. This is typically on average what you're gonna see for the bigger priced homes. Now this is kind of a lower end single family home that's a bit smaller. Now for $735, it is gonna be a bit narrower. Okay, you do get a really nice backyard, so it's possible. It's just, they don't come up very often. And you do have an open 2-story family, just as the others. Another style kitchen here with the peninsula type deal. And this isn't too upgraded, but it's definitely really nice. And then let's go ahead and, I mean, this is kind of what you're gonna be looking at. The townhomes, for the townhomes rather, in the lower 500s, it's going to be something that does not have a garage attached. And it's going to be, this one looks like to be on the older side of things, in the low 500s. Still have that laminate countertop and smaller living room, but this is kind of an entry point if you're looking for a townhome and you want to be in the neighborhood. You can get in at the low 500s. Just know you most likely won't be getting a garage, but it is something that you can grow into, you can work on, whatever it may be. So this is kind of an overview of what you're getting here in Urbana. When you go over the $1 million mark, you're getting most likely a single family in the high 3,000s to 4,000 square foot homes. The townhomes, if you want to get in at the lower price point, you're looking at the low 500s to the high 500s, and then up to the high 700s, depending if you want the newer builds with Ryan Homes, NV Homes, I keep saying Ryan Homes. And then I also I forgot to mention, we do have condos. Condos are going to be the smallest or the lowest entry point in terms of price point to be in the villages. But this is all they have for condos in the whole entire neighborhood. You're gonna be looking in the 400s for those, and it's a 2/2 condo. So the first floor you're gonna walk into is gonna be yours, and it's gonna be the first 2 levels, and then the the third and fourth level, you're gonna go up a flight of stairs to the 3rd and 4th, and that's typically the bigger size floor plan. The first floor is typically the smaller end of things. So this is a first floor. It's not the biggest, but it has been redone, so it's really nice. Laminate flooring. Do have bigger bedrooms than you would, it looks like, in the regular townhomes, just due to the square footage and the footprint. But this is also a better look at the pools, the slides, some playgrounds here, Atlantic Grill and so forth. But that's kind of what you're looking at for the homes here in Urbana. So if you're looking to move here, you have any more questions about price points, anything that's coming on the market that's not yet been released to the public, whatever it may be, feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to help you make the smooth move here to Maryland, or just Urbana in general. I would reckon I'm very confident in the way I know how to navigate Urbana, what's currently on the market, the families that I know that can tell me what's coming up, and the agents that I do deals with throughout the neighborhood are of great help to see if I can find you something that works for you. Amenities here are also big. What I've realized after living here for over 2 decades is that you really do not have to go far for just about anything. You've got everything that you need right here in Urbana, especially if you mix in some good old Amazon shopping to avoid the drive into Frederick, which going to Frederick's still about 10 minutes, not bad. For those into fitness or outdoor workouts, Urbana has you covered. We've got a newly built YMCA. It's huge with a full lap size pool, gym, basketball court, and more. The Y is pretty awesome though, because they offer daycare, cooking classes, a pickleball league. There is a ton going on. Now, if you're more into outdoor activities, you're in luck too. We've got a big district park, 2 of them, loaded with everything. I'm walking around one of them right now. You got baseball fields like right behind me, football fields, pavilions for parties, a dog park, a skate park, and tennis courts. It's great though if you just want to be outside, whether you're playing sports or just relaxing or just taking a nice walk on one of the paths like me right now. Had to take a seat, it's pretty hot out here, but if you or anyone you know loves golf, this area is an absolute dream. There's an insane amount of golf courses nearby. You've got Worthington Manor, PBI, Holly Hills, Whiskey Creek, all just a short drive away, a lot more too. Whether you're an avid player, you're just playing a quick 9, or you just go to the range, there is a ton of places to go for cheap, or you can go to really nice courses that are gonna cost about $150 a round, especially on Saturday morning. I'm not the best player, so I tend to go to the cheaper places to play until I get better, but golf courses, you got them all around here near Urbana. Everyone loves a good pool, right? Well, here in Urbana, you got a lot of them. There's no shortage of them here within the neighborhood, but the Villages, they're gonna take the cake on this one when you compare it to the Highlands. They got 3 large ones. Each one has its own perks, but the Schaefer's Mill one is a kid's paradise. You got a lazy river, whirlpool, slides, volleyball, and for the adults you get a nice lap pool as well. And then the 2 others are kind of similar. The one in Stone Barn has a little bit more slides and such. The one that's on Harris Street here is basically gonna be a big lap pool up to 9 feet where all the swimming teams take place, and you got a few extra things, basketball and so forth. But I think the new pool, as we call it, is gonna be the best on not Harris Street, on Schaefer's Mill. That definitely takes the cake out of all of them. The Highlands, you're gonna have a smaller pool. It's amazing. It's just not as grand as what you're gonna see in the Villages. So the Villages definitely takes the cake and beats everyone out for the different pools they have. I had to plop down again here in the baseball fields bleachers, but the food here is another thing that people absolutely love about this community. There's a big push to support the local restaurants here, and they do not disappoint. Whether it's Surf House for your seafood, Mangia Bevi for your Italian, or Monocacy Crossing for my personal favorite, the crab dip. There's nothing comes close to it, I promise you. If you're craving something that's a little bit quicker, we've also got the casual chains too. Jersey Mike's, Panera, Chipotle, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, you name it, we might have it. Now for the basics and grocery shopping, there is a big giant grocery store that's super convenient, and fingers crossed, we're hoping to get a Trader Joe's here soon. The neighborhood has been really pushing hard for that one, so we'll see what happens. Not quite sure while I'm wrapping this up from the District Parks parking lot, but that concludes our video here about Urbana. I hope you're able to see what all this neighborhood can offer you for your family, or just you as yourself, if you're coming here by yourself, whatever it may be. As I mentioned, I have gone through the school system here all the way from kindergarten to graduating high school through Urbana, so I have a different perspective than anyone else would, and I'd be more than happy to help you make that smooth move here to Urbana or Maryland in general. Feel free to reach out. My contact info is right here, and hope to see you guys in the next one.